Hey. Welcome to an early episode of Girl Chat Sports with me, Mel. Mo is, she had a prior commitment. So I do have two lovely guests that are joining me in honor of Women's History Month. So please welcome to the show from NevadaNOW, the co-executive director, Jeri Burton, as well as my friend and the fundraising director, NevadaNOW, Sara Evans. Yay! Hey ladies, I appreciate you coming on. I know it's a early show for one, because Sara, will get to that later, but two, it's the first day of Women's History Month. So I guess before we get into NevadaNOW, maybe kind of if each of you want to take a turn at kind of explaining what Women's History Month means to you. Go ahead, Jeri. Go. Yeah.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, sure. So I was listening this morning. There was a podcast earlier I was looking at to hear about women's history. And, it was like back in the 80s when they first made it a week and then a month. And so one of the things I love about Nevada is all the people we get to meet who are making history every day. So that's, we're celebrating the people like Pat Spearman who, got the ERA going again, after it kind of was languishing, and our first female majority legislature again this year. And so we're celebrating women's history every day with all these firsts we have in our state. So
awesome.
Yeah. And Women's History Month for me, I've always been a huge fan of history because I strongly feel if you don't know your history, you can't predict your future. And so being able to go back in the past and see some of these phenomenal women that helped pave the way, I'm standing on their shoulders. So it's a sign of respect to them to get to know their stories and their accomplishments.
Absolutely. And I think that was a great thing that you said about standing on their shoulders. There was a couple of things. I know social media has been kind of blaring a lot today about with Women's History Month and people quoting. And I just wanted to highlight a couple that I saw because Carolyn Peck, who's one of the announcers here for our Las Vegas Aces, said that we celebrate the legislation, but let's be clear, the fact that it had to exist, that it still has to exist is a damning indictment of our culture. And of course, we all know Megan Rapinoe. She said, to be honest, it's exhausting trying to convince the world of our ability, of our humanity, of our worth. We're not your charity. And it is, I think, in all respects, whether you're in sports, whether you're in politics, whether you're just working in, in a regular company, it's exhausting to have to prove that your worth is the same as a male counterpart. So we applaud everyone that's out there and those that are pushing to break those glass ceilings and to make change. And so give us a little take now about NevadaNOW. Jeri, if you want to go first, co-executive director. I know this is the Nevada or the local chapter for the national organization now, which is the, remind me again, I'm sorry. National Organization for Women.
For Women.
Got it. Yes.
There you go. Yes, we're the only chapter in Nevada. So a lot of us are in Las Vegas, but we have a couple members that are up in Reno now. And we have members who are in Pahrump and in Mesquite. And so because we've been able to go virtual, our meetings have been virtual. We've, have members all over the state. So, and we kind of focus on our core issues, reproductive rights, economic justice, anti-violence against women, racial justice, LGBTQIA rights, and constitutional equality. And we have monthly meetings. Like I said, they're virtual right now. We do a lot of in-person things around the ERA we did last year. And so you can find us on social media, and that's, where our programs are. We have our programs on Facebook and Twitter and on Instagram. So
wonderful. Sara, anything you want to add to what NevadaNOW? I guess what brought you into NevadaNOW? What got you into it?
Oh man, what drew me into it was the equal rights. And then I just love Jeri and the team and just being there and a part of that. It was incredible. But really for me, making sure that we have constitutional protections, because I've actually always been a huge fan of sports. And I think one of the biggest ways that you see inequality is still through our athletic events. That's where it shines the most, that we are not equal yet. So for me, that's something I was very passionate about. And it was such an honor to be able to work with Jeri and work with NevadaNOW and make sure that the state of Nevada has the most inclusive language in the entire nation when it comes to equal rights. And so now it's time to take that up to the next level, and let's work on our federal constitution to make sure that we are protected.
So talk a little bit about that, because I know that we did pass it here in Nevada this last election time, which is wonderful. I was glad to be there at some of your guys' events and rallies. What does that mean now, as far as you said, next step? So now it needs to go federally before it can be acknowledged here, or is it acknowledged already here in Nevada?
No, it's already in. It's already, if you Google it, it's already in the Constitution.
Okay, great.
We're going to go up at the March 22nd and have an event around celebrating that it's in the Constitution, so people are aware of that. The Secretary of State, Cisco Aguilar, we endorsed him, and he's been really generous to find some time to do that. So the federal ERA is separate, and we were the 36th state to ratify and really got things going again. And we have the 38 states we need, but we just can't seem to get it over the finish line. So call President Biden and tell him to publish.
Yes, absolutely. Jeez. And then for those that maybe are under a rock or, I don't know, stuck in a COVID bubble, what is the ERA that passed? What could you kind of like quickly define the ERA and why it passed, or what makes it so special to have passed, Sara?
So we have six, Jeri, and please jump in when I forget, not only do women have equal protection under the law, but anybody identifying as a woman. We also included race, ethnicity, heritage. And Jeri, I know I'm forgetting one, so I'm going to pass the buck over to you.
I happen to have it in front of me so I don't forget. It's race, color, creed, sex, sexual orientation, gender identity or expression, age, disability, ancestry, or national origin. So we always say basically equality for all. And the good news is there's other states who are patterning their after us. I know Minnesota and South Carolina, I believe, are working on similar state ERAs. So we're proud that we've kind of led that way.
I know it's exciting to say the state of Nevada is leading number one. I mean, we're kind of last in everything else, but hey, we are number one
in women.
We're
number one. That's right.
At least we're number one in something positive, right? Like you can't. That's hilarious. Yeah, but that's great. No, I think it's wonderful. I know when we talk about the transgender community and transgender women, I know unfortunately, there's been some posts in our Girlchatsports page group in regards to, I know there was a recent one where there was a 47-year-old that transitioned and was competing in sports at the age of 50, which, if that's your time, that's your time, right? Like and it's, I don't see, it's a long struggle to deal with some people like that. But I did want to do one quick video that I got. Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union were received the 2023 presidential NAACP Image Award. And Dwayne Wade took a quick minute to talk about his daughter, Zara, and to kind of help, I guess, reach out to parents maybe that are dealing or having to experience having a transgender child.
Zaya, as your father. Zaya.
Okay, let me.
Zaya, as your father, all I've wanted to do was get it right. I've sat back and watched how gracefully you've taken on the public scrutiny. And even though it's not easy, I watched you walk out of that house every morning as yourself. I admire how you've handled the ignorance in our world. I admire it that you face every day. To say that your village is proud of you is an understatement. Thank you for showing me that there's more than just one way to communicate effectively. You've taught me that communication with my mouth isn't enough. I have to also communicate with my 2 ears and my 2 eyes. As your father, my job isn't to create a version of myself or direct your future. My role is to be a facilitator to your hopes, your wishes, your dreams.
Hello. A facilitator, like, come on. I just feel like, there's a lot of angry people out there that aren't worried about what's in their own home, let alone other people's homes. So I applaud Dwayne Wade, as well as Gabrielle Union. And yeah, I think, I also wanted to ask a little bit more about, what are some of the highlights that you guys' organization has been a part of to accomplish, or what are some things kind of in the coming months or the next, year as we get in regards to politics and elections and stuff? What are some things you're working on, or what are some things that you were working on that has worked for the organization and the state?
Well, I think to start with, and I'll let Sara fill in what I forget, but we're working on with our legislature in every 2 years, and it's in process right now. They were snowed in for a couple days, but they're back to work today. We're working on a few bills, a dignity for incarcerated women bill that will include trans people in there. Also, some reproductive rights bills. So we're helping people learn how to, get onto the website and testify, in person or by phone, or, you can go down to Grant Sawyer in Las Vegas. So that's kind of been our focus going to be this year. And then, Sara, do you want to talk a little bit about what we're doing still? I mean, our big accomplishment, of course, is the state equal rights amendment, because we carried that
was huge.
activism.
Yeah, well, and Jeri's got some really interesting avenues too to explore in the sports world. Like she was talking to a boxer, and a lot of females in boxing groups don't get the same protections as males do. And so we've been kind of tying in with the ACLU to talk about those discrimination practices that are actively going on, making sure that we always support our Lady Rebels who are amazing.
Yes.
Supporting our ACEs, and really tying in more community in regards to the education about what we stand for, which is equal protection, and making sure that all the young girls nowadays totally know what's happening. Oh yeah, there's our pictures.
Yeah, here's some previous events and rallies that you guys had that were great. And I also wanted to mention, you guys also had this amazing video virtual program for celebrating Black History Month, which was last month. But, Black History Month is every month, and Women's History should be every month. I mean, it's amazing to see women, Black women, everyone working together for the common goals and working as activists and organizers to help with the community of Las Vegas. So that's amazing. And thanks to you guys for getting that in. You mentioned a little bit about that women don't have some of the same things as the men's do in the sports realm. And there was something that came across me today, and I thought it was just amazing. And Sara, I'm sure for you, and Jeri, I'm not sure if you played sports when you were younger as well, but if you've ever played any sport and had to wear white pants after a certain age, you always were like, oh God, oh God. And what's crazy is that the Orlando Pride, it's the National Women's Soccer League, they decided to switch from white shorts to black shorts over the period concerns. And one of their players, Erica, she mentioned the reasons behind not wanting to wear white shorts are clear. I think it's a big step for us as a club to make players feel comfortable and allow us to focus solely on competing. It's like those little things you don't think about as female athletes, like even for swimmers or for whomever else that, you're whatever little volleyball players in the little shorts. I mean, you're thinking of those kind of things as far as a woman, like these are concerns that women must have. And it's crazy that it's never really been addressed too much, I think, until I think this is recent. So I applaud the Orlando team there in regards to doing that, because I know if I could have worn black pants in softball and basketball during my time, that would have probably helped a lot. And yeah.
Right. We actually have one of our board members, Samantha Glover. She's in high school, and she actually helped pass a bill in Nevada to make all period products free.
Wow. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Oops, sorry
That's
about
amazing.
That. Yeah,
no, you're good.
In schools, we're trying for other places, but
at least in schools, we know that the kids
Yeah.
have a hard enough time accessing other things. So that's really great. And so for people that want to become involved with Nevada Now, what can they do? I know you mentioned socials. I'll put up your guys' logo here real quick. There's the website, nevadanow.org. I think the socials were all the same. You guys are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And then I think there was like some lists where you could join to become I don't know, to get involved or get more information. Is there anything coming up that you guys have set up as far as scheduled, either video or rally or anything?
So our next program, the virtual program would be on March 19th, and it'll be on our website. We'll have the link to sign up. What we're going to do for Women's History Month, we're going to look at some of the young women in Nevada who are making history, and Samantha Glover will be one of them.
Awesome.
She's on our board and also has at 17 years old, a nonprofit, Red Equity, and she's starting she's starting a Generation Ratify, which works on the Equal Rights Amendment students in Nevada. So she's making history every day. So.
And what was I doing at 17? Not worried about any of that. Good for her. Good for her. Wonderful. So Sara, now it's time to switch it up to you, because I saw you got your Vegas Golden Knights sweatshirt on. Of course, we're doing an early show today because the Golden Knights play tonight at 7:00 here at T-Mobile. And because it's also Women's History Month, the Vegas Golden Knights also have their own, have a jersey. I believe that's their pregame jerseys. And they also acknowledged all the women on their staff there in the picture to the left. So congratulations to the Golden Knights. But my girl, you are riding the Zamboni tonight.
I'm so excited. I am so excited. Like, you guys, my adorable workers who I love dearly got me a cake. Congratulations.
I love it.
I have been out of my mind excited, like running around town all day today. Like, I'm riding the Zamboni. Like,
I mean, it's a major bucket list. Like, it's a bucket list for me. Like, come on, this is big time. How did this happen? Did you get your name in a hat? Is it because it's Women's History Month and you work for NevadaNOW? Is it, you're a season ticket holder? I mean, what is it that helps you push that door open? Because I need tips.
Well, honestly, it was all Jeri. Like, Jeri reached out to the hockey to see what they were doing for Women's History Month, and then they reached back out. We're like, hey, we've got the spot in the Zamboni, and then my amazing board, who I've already gushed about, said that they would want me to do it. So I am a season ticket holder, and so it was so sweet of them. Did I miss anything out, Jeri?
No, when I got the note, I had reached out to them. They told us they were having discount tickets for tonight, and I think you get a clutch, like a gold clutch with your ticket if for so many people. And I said, that's great, but maybe there's something else you can do for Women's History Month, to talk about all the great things in Nevada. And then they came back and talked about the Zamboni, and my first thought was, oh, I don't see me getting on one. And I thought, but I know Sara would love it, and she's a season ticket holder and a big, sports. She loves going to all the sports games and, Golden Knights, but, all the women's games we go to too. So we're so excited to have Sara represent us and
so amazing.
Have such fun.
Yeah. Exactly. I think that's amazing. I am there to provide all the camera, video work, photos. We're getting it all taken care of, Jeri. So I got you guys covered. But that's amazing. I think it's going to be a story to tell for years and years and years. I even found, I had a picture. Oh yeah. This will be Sara tonight up on the Zamboni.
100%. And then I'm gonna blow myself up and put it on my door for my office. It's gonna be amazing.
Yes. Get you like a fathead version of it. That's awesome.
30 seconds of glory.
So ladies, just with the last 10 minutes, we are going to have a short show so that we can move on with our evening. I did want to highlight some of the great women in our community or in our Las Vegas sports right now that are doing big things, as well as a few other ones to discuss. As you know, Las Vegas has a new football team, the XFL Vipers. They had their first game on Saturday. And if you are living under a rock, you didn't know that their co-owner is also Dany Garcia, who is the only woman to own a professional sports league in history. And she was there on Saturday with our girl Kelsey Plum to give out the first the first football and present it to the game. So I think that's just amazing. It's always wonderful to highlight Dany. She's also the owner of the clothing brand that Kelsey Plum is one of the ambassadors for. I think it's like GSQ, or it's a dope brand. But I didn't realize that she was also the founder of that. So big up. And while we're speaking about Kelsey, because there's so much in the news today about Miss Kelsey Plum, it appears Miss Kelsey is getting married on Saturday here in Las Vegas with her beau for about the last year, Raiders tight end Darren Waller. So for all those gushing on either one of them, your time is coming up. But big congratulations to Kelsey. And another thing for Kelsey, she's doing amazing things for women and helping push those boundaries and break glass ceilings. And she recently today just announced with Under Armour, she's been working with them and partnered with them for a while, but she put on her Instagram today, they're having a new Kelsey Plum dog program. So take a listen.
Dog Class is a camp that we're putting together with UA to really be able to bridge the gap between the college game and the professional game. For me personally, I think I had a really hard time jumping to that next level. This is a family, this is a commitment of people that want to be dogs. And when you're around other dogs, that makes you want to elevate, that hunger inside of you. So I'm really here as a resource. I want to just really give what I have to them.
She is so amazing. I've heard a lot of in her political circles saying that she should just run for office one day.
I mean, hopefully she can. Here's the deal. She went to my school. I'm a Husky. She's a Husky. That's where the dogs are from. What I think is that it really spoke true because she really didn't take the collegiate game she had where she was the top scorer for, women for NCAA Division I basketball. And it didn't transfer over to her when she was playing with the Stars. She kind of struggled her first few years in the league. So I think this is huge because what she plans on doing, the dog class will be taking 9 of the best guards in the country who exemplify everything that a dog is and can be. Those 9 players will get to train with her and her team, both on and off the court, working on physical skills, mental health, time management, brand building, and more. So she's really encompassing what we would hope that people do for players everywhere anyways, whether you got a professional athlete helping or whether you have a team at home, friends, family, that you're helping encourage these players to make better choices, make good choices, figure out how to time manage and to do, working on and off the court or on and off the field. So it's amazing. And she will be announcing the first 9 that they get to select. I'm not sure when, but she mentioned to stay tuned. So really looking forward to that too.
Right?
And
that's so incredible.
Yeah. Also for our Aces fans, they did release the theme nights and giveaways for this season, mainly to focus. I mean, we've got the ring ceremony, championship ring ceremony and banner unveiling on the 27th of May. Fans can get a replica banner giveaway on the 28th of May. The Pride flag giveaway is on June 15th. There's going to be a bobblehead. I'm curious to see whose bobblehead it will be. That's the giveaway on the 26th. They've got Aces socks. They're giving away on the 11th with I Know I Want. And it's also sneaker night. But there's a lot of, the breast cancer awareness night. There's so many great nights. So it's great. If you haven't yet, secure those season tickets, get out there, support the Aces. The WNBA All-Star game is also coming to Vegas again. So that's going to be amazing. It's great to see women succeed. And speaking of the women succeeding, one thing that I loved about the NevadaNOW Twitter and Facebook is that you consistently highlight the UNLV Lady Rebels. I feel like, and I think, was it you guys? Somebody had posted a comment about how the Lady Rebels, when they were winning, got like the bottom of a section of the paper. And then you highlighted they finally got that front page cover story, which I think is amazing because there's a lot of sports in Vegas and it's becoming a sports capital and a mecca. But let's highlight these girls that are winning, especially. They're back-to-back regular season conference champions. They went 18-0 in conference. They start their March Madness journey come Monday at the Mountain West Conference Championship tournament. So we wish the Lady Rebels all the luck. I know they had their senior night this past weekend, so it's just great. I think I'm so happy for them. I really feel like they should just get Thomas and Mac, period. They should just switch with the guys because.
Oh, 100%. I think that was our frustration, was because it was like, wow, like all these females are doing so amazing, and yet they're not getting any recognition, because that ties right back into what we were talking about with equal rights. Like,
Yeah.
it's so apparent when you
Like, what do you have to do to get some recognition around here? Like, and not to judge, I love the Aces and I love the organization as far as, but when the championship parade came and you literally went one block, it was kind of like,
Yep.
I mean, so
We were there.
you think, can we make it like 4 blocks if, when we go back to back? Like, I'm just curious. Or fill up all of downtown Fremont Street. I don't know. I was just kind of like, wow, that's odd. I mean, a block. But hey, they celebrated. We got the ring.
They closed down the strip, and
they sure did.
We were there. We were there to celebrate. So.
Yes, it was a great time. So I'm looking forward to that again, hopefully this year as well. I did want to highlight a few other people while we have you on. So this is Lindsay Gately. She's making history as the first full-time female member of the athletic training staff for the Washington Commanders in their franchise history, which is huge. So big shout out to her for Women's History Month. We also have Neil Ivey, who becomes the first Black female head coach to win an ACC championship. She helped Notre Dame women's basketball win their first outright ACC regular season championship since 2017. I think her and Dawn Staley both got acknowledged because they had both won their conferences. And so it was kind of like a beautiful thing to see both those women out there just doing amazing things for their schools. So congratulations to her. Another one would be, this is a huge that I hadn't realized. So Susie Wolf, she was appointed the managing director of an all-female F1 academy. For all those of you in Vegas, the F1 Grand Prix is coming to Las Vegas on the Strip. This new series aims to help young female drivers move up the motorsports ladder. No woman has started a Formula One Grand Prix since Leila Lombardi in 1976. 76.
Wow. Wow.
Unbelievable, right? So Susie puts that, creating the best possible structure to find and nurture female talent on their journey to elevate to elite levels of motorsports on and off the track. So big shout out to her. I think that's going to be amazing. I mean, we've seen women in motorsports, slowly coming, and they keep on coming. But now I think this is something that's just to be celebrated again, even more. And last but not least, I have to give a shout out to Katrina Cole. She is a high school cheerleader from a small town in Morrill, Nebraska. She went to compete in the Nebraska cheerleader state competition alone. The rest of her team, which I think was only like 3 or 4 members, they had decided to quit the team 2 weeks before the state competition because of personal reasons. So she said, no, I still want to go. And she went, and her coach revamped her routine so that she could compete. She went and performed, had like the biggest applause from all over the place, from everybody, all the people, all the fans, all the people in the state, in the stands. And despite not being able to be judged, the same as the other competitors, I'm sure because of just being her, she still finished 8th out of 12 squads, wow, which is the highest her team has placed in 3 years. Congratulations to Katrina. I'm sorry, but one person beat your squads. 4 other teams got beat out by one person, I think.
I want that kind of confidence, though, to be able to be like, you know what? I'm going
anyway. Let's do this. So I think that's just amazing. You guys, I appreciate your time. I'm actually keeping it within 30 minutes. So that's great. Cause I usually, maybe it's shout out to Mo. Mo was in the chat earlier. We love you. And, but sometimes me and Mo get going and we're going over time and we're never, it's always something. So we appreciate you both Sara and Jeri. If you want to give out your Twitter handle or Instagram so people can follow you, you're welcome to, or you can feel free to just give out NevadaNOW so that way people can stay connected.
Yeah, I'm going to let Jeri handle that because I'm not much of a social media person, as poor Mel knows, because I always make her do all my posts.
Well, we're at NevadaNOW on Facebook and Twitter, and on Instagram, we're NevadaNOW, Nevada_now. That's at Nevada
Okay.
for now. Yeah.
Perfect.
So, and I just want to encourage people to support women's sports. We've been having the best time going to the Aces games and to the Lady Rebels games. We've got season tickets for next year, and
Yay.
it's a great way for women to get together and do something fun and support women.
Absolutely.
They're not going to get media attention if we don't start promoting them.
And we got to keep, we can love all sports, but we've got to support those women too.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're out there really trying to make changes, and we got to support that. So,
and we've had the best time doing it. So,
and to do it in Vegas with champions, I mean, there could be worse places, people.
And watch Sara tonight on the Zamboni.
Yes, make sure to tune in. Feel free to go to Girlchatsports Instagram. I do a live while I'm out there to make sure we catch Sara. We'll get all the video and picture content. I'll make sure to make her post for her on Twitter and Instagram. But thank you guys again.
Activism can be fun. See?
Yes, it can. It has perks too, as you can see. It's amazing. So good work, Jeri. We appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for being on here. For everybody else, of course, if you're just catching the end of this, it'll replay. You can catch the replay here on Facebook. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Girlchatsports, and you can also follow us on Twitter. So me and Mel will be back next week to continue on the Women History Month celebration. But until then, we'll see you later. And we're going to be out of here because it's time to get to some hockey game. Take care, y'all. Bye.